So good day, learners. Now we are into the lesson 3 of the nature of research, which is we are going to talk about qualitative and quantitative research. So how do we find answers to the questions we have about everyday phenomena? So this topic will help you to how to collect the data later on in your study. So this is the preliminary activity. You can submit this one after the discussion. So in a short band paper, you are going to have, this is by partner activity. So you are going to have a Venn diagram, which is to supply words or ideas based on your own ideas. The following: qualitative research, quantitative, and the mixed methods research. So differentiate the three in a Venn diagram and submit it on the next meeting. So here are the objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to differentiate qualitative from quantitative research and explain the characteristics of qualitative and quantitative research. So we are going to answer these questions as well as we go along in our discussion. If you were to do research on a particular topic, what type of data would you gather and how would it be? Okay, so I hope this lesson will help you as you go along in your research journey. So here are the types or the techniques of research. So in practical research 1, we have to undergo the qualitative research. But we have also quantitative research and then the mixed methods research or the quali-quanti research. Let's talk about qualitative research. So in qualitative research, it is focusing only on words. So when we say words or when we hear words, so it is with the how it is constructed, the meanings, and the interpretations. And it asks open-ended questions to extract meanings, perceptions, and interpretations. So you are going to analyze plainly by interpreting the words. So here are the strategies of inquiry in the qualitative research and the data collection. We will talk these strategies further as we go along our next topic for midterm. So strategies for inquiry, we have phenomenology, grounded theory, ethnography, case study, and narrative research. And how are you going to collect data? Could either be interviews, focus group discussions, or content analysis. Maybe some of you during your baby thesis, you only have the content analysis or somewhat a term paper. And some of you may have interviews as well or either the focus group discussions, okay? I'm glad that you are able to have an experience while you are still in grade 10. So here are the examples of qualitative research, example studies. First is perspectives of teachers on the implementation of anti-bullying policies. Next, cultural practices of an indigenous group and their respective meanings. Third one, perceptions on the importance of freedom of speech. And last, interpretations of political speeches. So kindly check your studies if it is quali or quanti so that you can still have time to change your topics or your titles. Again, for this semester, you are to have the qualitative research study. So qualitative research may possibly use numbers and figures, but take note, The analysis must only be focusing on words, meanings, interpretations, and perspectives. Unlike in quantitative research, from the word itself, quantity or quantify. So it means for testing objective theories by examining the relationship among variables. So have you heard variables already? Yes, because it is part in the statistics and probability subjects wherein it will be connected here in quantitative research. You will use those lessons as a tool or as your guide in analyzing your quantitative research. So this makes use of statistics in collection, analysis, interpretation of numerical data. And this time you are going to ask for for an assistance of a statistician or your math teachers. So here are the strategies of inquiry. Unlike in qualitative, it has a lot. In quantitative, it's only survey research and could be experimental research. And of course, you are going to collect data by surveys or experiments. So here are the examples of studies or topics in quantitative research. Effects of physical exercise on sleep quality, preferences of college students towards computer operating systems, and impact of social media use on rising fashion trends. So kindly check your titles, leaders, so that you can change it as of now. So again, to simplify, qualitative techniques always rely on words, unlike quantitative, it uses numbers. And we have mixed methods research. So in this one, the qualitative and quantitative is combined in terms of strategies and methods because there are certain studies that may use the two researches. So in mixed methods research, first it is sequential. So it undergoes a sequence. So it elaborates or expands the findings of one method to the other method. So sequence. Next is concurrent. So qualitative and quantitative methods and data are being used and collected at the same time. So they can either have a survey as well and an interview as well, okay? Next, transformative. A theoretical lens is used as an overarching perspective within a design that contains both quantitative and qualitative data. So here is sample graphics in order for you to understand more. So in sequential, so qualitative could be expounded by quantitative or could either be opposite. Quantitative can be expounded by qualitative. In concurrent, qualitative plus quantitative. And always remember that mixed methods research does not only combine the two, the quali-quanti, but also considers how it complements with each other. So let's compare qualitative and quanti. So first, the advantages we have provides richer and deeper understanding of phenomenon, but here, findings are generalizable and reflective of the population because this has a large number of participants. Unlike in quali, participants can only provide deeper, more detailed and specific answers. But in quanti, you are to use the statistical methods in the collection and analysis of the data. Okay, and by that way, the validity and reliability of the study is amassed in the findings. Next, we have these advantages. So in qualitative, the number of participants are smaller. But here in quanti, so participants is limited due to the large sample size. And in quali, if it is using open, here it is closed-ended questions. Okay? And the quali, its findings are small number of participants, not generalizable for the whole population. Unlike in quanti, so you are going to express numbers, okay? May not always capture, but the complexities of the phenomenon under the study, okay? So here are the other definition from Beck 2004. So according to him, the qualitative research could be a naturalistic method of research, which deals the concern of human difficulty, okay? Or could either be discovering it straightly. So he stated that it could either be concerning on the experiences or the understanding of the words of the individual, okay? In quantitative, according to him, it is a positivist scientific method. So it is referring to a general set of orderly discipline and procedures to acquire information. So here it concerns with numbers as well as measurement. Another brief descriptions for quali and quanti. For quali, it answers the question why. So it's the purpose. And in quanti, it answers the question how many or how much. In quali, the data type should be observations, symbols, and words. In quanti, number and statistical result. Quali, the approach is observing and interpreting. In quanti, you are to measure and conduct a test. Next, the analysis. In quali, you are to group common data and non-statistic analysis. In quanti, again, statistical analysis. So here are the example topics of qualitative research first. So here the study is entitled K-pop Apocalypse Invading Filipino Culture. So this study aimed to explore why Filipinos, and then we have seen here that the researcher used survey and descriptive method, okay? Here, another one. Second topic, we have livelihood aspirations and life struggles of Bajau people. So this study aimed to discover livelihood aspirations, and then it says there that in this ethnographic research, so it is using the ethnography strategy, and then also a researcher employed participant observation and a combination of unstructured interviews. Okay, so that's for qualitative. Let's have the examples of quantitative. So here, K-pop comparative assessment, okay, on the fall implementation of senior high school curriculum among private and public schools. So this study aimed to investigate the impact of respondents' expectations and apprehensions on the effectiveness of full implementation of senior high school curriculum. So here we have comparative assessment, okay, so it has a test, assessment. And then, so to give a comprehensive analysis interpretation, so they are going to have the weighted mean, t-test, ANOVA, and Pearson R. Okay, so I hope that you will listen to Teacher Giovanni, your stats teacher, as you go along in your stats subject, because you will be using this one. Next, we have use of supplemental learning materials in improving students' academic and attitudes in pre-calculus. Okay, so this is the example study for STEM students. So this study aimed to determine the effect of simplified supplemental learning materials in improving students' achievement and attitudes towards pre-calculus. Okay, so here they are going to use quasi-experimental research deployed from 70 students, and then they are going to use mean percentage score or MPS, and then weighted mean and t-test to describe data and make good inferences about the experimentation. And also it's stated here, gathered statistical data to analyze and interpret the achievement and attitudes of students on using the supplemental learning materials in pre-calculus. Okay, so I hope that you're able to know now the differences in quanti and qualitative research, because based on our first day of class, you are much excited on making quantitative rather than the qualitative. But I guess qualitative is more easy than quanti. So for today, let's have first, as of this moment, we will have first the quick check. If you are still with me or you are now thinking on or having an imagination to the other planet. Okay, kidding aside, let's start. So this type of research asks open-ended questions to extract meaning, perception, and interpretations. This is qualitative. Next, type of mixed methods research that uses the techniques of both qualitative and quantitative research at the same time. This is mixed methods research. Okay. Here. So you're going to classify if the given topics could either be qualitative or quantitative research. Here, the experiences of adults going into retirement. This is qualitative, okay? So the keyword is the experiences. Next, frequency of using mobile banking applications, quanti or quali. This is quanti, okay? You are to quantify and the keyword is frequency. Next, the role of art in elementary education. Okay, an example of qualitative. So the keyword is the role of art. So we are going to test what could be the roles of art in elementary education. So let's wrap up everything. We have three main types or techniques of research. First is qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods research or quali-quanti. So each type of research has strategies of inquiry and employs specific methods of data collection. So here is the possible ideas, and I hope that your ideas on the activity will be having like this one also. So here, in-depth explanation has types like phenomenology, words, meanings, experiences, perceptions, context, and interpretations, and then the methods, interviews, focus group discussion, content analysis, and open-ended question. And in quanti, so objective analysis of claims and relationships, survey research and experimental, and of course, numbers, variables, measurable, observable data. Okay, surveys and experiments with closed-ended question. Okay, and here in mixed methods, so the quali-quanti is having the sequential, concurrent, and transformative, and contains the elements of both quali and quantitative research. So that's end of our lesson 3 and also the unit 1, which is nature of research. So hope you learned something, and of course, this is part of the coverage for your prelim exam. So good luck and God bless, and see you on our first lesson in midterm, as well as we will be having the title hearing. I will just announce it during our class. Thank you so much and have